What if I told you that the old tires sitting in your garage could become the most stunning pieces in your garden? In this video, we'll uncover mind-blowing DIYs made from used tires, ideas so creative, you'll never look at rubber the same way again. From stylish ottomans to planter towers and cozy benches, every design here is doable, eco-friendly, and surprisingly beautiful. This is Backyard Fortune, where we turn the ordinary into the unforgettable. Check the timestamps below to jump to your favorite design, and don't hesitate to ask or share your thoughts in the comments. Let's get inspired. One, Whimsical Tire Garden Tunnel Trellis. Somewhere between the lines of earth and sky, in a garden kissed by morning light, stands a tunnel not made of brick or steel, but of hope, color, and rebirth. The arch gently curves overhead, a frame of repurposed metal now cradling wild tendrils of peas, gourds, and cucumbers that dangle like nature's ornaments, dancing in the breeze. Beneath this living canopy, a row of tires once destined for landfills now serve a nobler purpose. Each one has been lovingly painted, sunny yellow, sky blue, coral red, lavender, mint, adorned with hand-drawn flowers, petals, and cheerful polka dots. These aren't just planters, they are joyful declarations that even forgotten things can bloom again. In the soft cradle of each tire, peppers rise proud, herbs stretch toward the sun, and the soil breathes with quiet gratitude. The balance is poetic. Industrial texture meets organic tenderness. The tires retain warmth, define space, and lift the garden to eye level, making it more accessible, more intentional, and undeniably more magical. Look closely and you'll see the harmony. Wildflowers peeking through the grass, sunlight flickering across pastel rubber, bees humming between blooms. It's not just a garden path. It's a small world of wonder, a living storybook archway that invites you to wander slowly, to listen to the crunch of leaves underfoot, and to remember that creativity often comes not from what we buy, but from what we dare to reimagine. Whether you're in the heart of the countryside or a corner of a city yard, this idea can take root anywhere. All it takes is a few tires, some seeds, a trellis frame, and the patience to let nature write the rest. Because sometimes, the most beautiful journeys are the ones that begin with waste and end in wild, blooming joy. Two, Colorful Polka Tire Swing Playground. In a sun-drenched corner of a backyard, beneath the comforting shade of an old tree, the simplest kind of joy swings gently through the air. Here, old tires, once forgotten, worn down by countless journeys, are reborn with laughter, color, and the sparkle of imagination. Painted in delightful hues, sky blue, cotton candy pink, sunny yellow, or even vibrant rainbow gradients, each tire is speckled with large, cheerful white polka dots, like bubbles frozen mid-giggle. Thick ropes suspend them from sturdy branches, creating a floating garden of play. Some hold soft pillows, others little stuffed animals or picnic baskets below, each detail whispering an invitation to pause and play. One swing catches the breeze, gently swaying, as if remembering a child's laughter from earlier in the day. Another cradles a little one now, her feet swinging freely, her smile framed by sunshine. These swings don't belong in a plastic playground. They belong here, where grass is real, trees have names, and butterflies sometimes stop by to say hello. There's a kind of warmth in this design that can't be bought in a store. It's in the brushstrokes of the paint, in the softness of a reused cushion, in the way each tire tells its own story. These aren't just decorations, they're living pieces of memory making. And the best part? Anyone can make them. You don't need a workshop or a degree, just a tire, some paint, strong rope, and a bit of heart. The polka dots don't have to be perfect. The swing doesn't need to soar high. What matters most is the space it creates. A space where a child can dream, where a grown-up can pause, where joy feels simple again. So next time you find an old tire, don't toss it aside. Instead, imagine it catching sunlight, swaying gently in the wind, and holding someone's laughter for years to come. Three, minimalist tire raised planters. In a quiet patch of green, where the breeze moves slowly and the earth smells of calm, rows of old tires rest gently on the grass, once fast-moving, now still with purpose. They form a garden not of extravagance, but of clarity. A place where form meets function, and simplicity becomes beauty. Each tire, deep black and weathered by time, cradles a young plant reaching upward. Lettuce, peppers, tomatoes, modest yet vital, rising from fresh soil and nurtured by sunlight. The layout is deliberate, a soft rhythm of circles across the lawn, neat but not strict, practical yet poetic. There are no fences, no ornate edges, just nature and intention side by side. The tires serve more than just containment. They hold warmth for the roots, they define space with grace, and they elevate the soil for easy tending. But beyond that, they carry a quiet statement that even things discarded can return to nurture life. Butterflies occasionally dance between the rows, as if drawn to the garden's honesty. Birds rest on fence posts in the distance. And the black of the tires doesn't clash, it contrasts, softly emphasizing the vibrant greens and deep browns of earth and growth. Everything here feels grounded, as if built not just with hands, but with respect. It's a garden anyone could create, with just a few used tires, a bit of compost, and the willingness to see value in the overlooked. There is no show, no spectacle, just life, planted intentionally. And sometimes, that's all a garden needs. A little space, a second chance, and the quiet joy of watching something grow from something that once seemed done. Four, tire wall vertical flower garden. There are gardens that sprawl outward, and then there are gardens that reach for the sky. In a quiet courtyard, where sunlight pours softly over weathered wood, a once-forgotten fence is reborn, not with paint or panels, but with poetry in bloom. Rows of old tires, rescued from neglect, have been mounted in harmony upon the wall. Some are painted in soft lavender and seafoam green, others left in their natural black or adorned in folkflower patterns of red and white. But together, they become something magical, a vertical tapestry of color, shape, and life. From each hollow circle bursts a bouquet, petunias cascading like laughter, geraniums glowing in warm reds, daisies beaming toward the sun. Vines curl gently downward, trailing like sleepy dreams, while butterflies pause here and there as if drawn by the softness of the space. And it isn't just beautiful, it's clever. These tires offer depth and structure, warmth for roots, and neatness for those with little ground to spare. 4 city walls, narrow alleys, forgotten back fences. This is a gift of transformation. It whispers that beauty can grow upward, that color can spill from things once left behind, and that even the most unassuming surface, a garden wall, a fence, a blank corner, can be a stage for life if we dare to imagine it differently. Creating one is simpler than it looks. All you need is a few sturdy tires, paint if you wish, potting soil, and blooms that make your heart lift. Hang them in rhythm, plant with love, and suddenly, your backyard sings. Because sometimes, the vertical becomes a story, one where flowers speak, where walls breathe, and where the things we once threw away become the very things that make our homes feel alive again. Five, Bloom Cascade Tower from Tires. In the heart of a sunlit garden, where bees hum softly and the soil still holds morning dew, something unexpected rises. A tower, not of stone or steel, but of color, fragrance, and rebirth. Old tires, once dark, dusty, and forgotten, now stand tall in layers, stacked with care and given a second life. Each tier is a ring of life. Painted in soft tones, sage green, lavender, coral red, they hold flowers that spill over the edges like cascading joy. Petunias bloom with grace, zinnias sway in the breeze, pansies peek between trailing vines. It is a floral waterfall, pouring not water but wonder into the garden below. This isn't just decoration, it's smart, too. Vertical stacking saves space, ideal for small yards, patios, or narrow garden corners. The structure invites the eye upward, transforming even the flattest space into a layered storybook scene. But beyond the practicality, there is poetry. These tires, once discarded by the roadside, now cradle beauty. Their curves guide the gaze, their presence grounds the garden. And when sunlight pours in from the side, each flower seems to glow with a quiet kind of magic. It doesn't take much to begin. A handful of tires, a brush of paint, some rich soil, and flowers you love. The rest is patience, imagination, and the willingness to create with what you already have. Because in gardens like these, where color rises from forgotten things, we are reminded that beauty can grow upward, even from what was once left behind. That space is never too small for joy. And that a tower made of tires can stand taller than most things, because it's built on love. Six, Whimsy lounge seats from recycled tires. Imagine a garden corner where sunlight drips like honey through the branches, where laughter echoes softly between flower beds, and where creativity sits quietly in the shape of a chair. But not just any chair. These are lounge seats born from second chances. Crafted from old tires, painted in shades that make hearts smile, sunflower yellow, cherry red, forest green, and sky blue, they cradle soft cushions and carry joyful designs. Some feature friendly lion faces or sunny sunflowers. Others sit beneath trees like little toadstools, waiting for a child to climb in and dream. It's the kind of place where stories are whispered, where toy trains rest nearby, and butterflies flutter past like quiet blessings. Where a watering can isn't just for plants, it's part of the play. The air is warm, the grass is soft, and the world feels both magical and entirely real. These tire chairs are more than DIY projects. They are invitations to sit, to create, to imagine. Built simply, 2 tires, some paint, a cushion, and yet the impact is deep. They invite not just rest, but joy. Perfect for kids, for garden gatherings, or for whimsical reading nooks, they can be styled in endless ways. Under a tree, beside the flowers, in a circle beneath the stars. Because when we give old things new meaning, we don't just save them, we make them shine. So next time you see a worn-out tire, don't just toss it aside. Paint it, pad it, place it beneath a tree, and watch as it becomes a throne in the kingdom of your own backyard. 7. Rustic tire timber garden bench. Some garden treasures aren't made from marble or steel, but from the things we almost threw away. And here, beneath the dappled shade of a fruiting tree, stands a bench so simple, so earthy, it feels as though it's always belonged. Its legs are formed from old tires, thick, sturdy, unassuming. Some are painted in tones of moss and clay, others left in their natural black. Above them, wooden planks stretch across, sanded smooth by time and touch, their grains catching the light like golden threads. It's the kind of bench that doesn't call attention to itself, yet draws you in. Surrounded by blooming bushes, patches of grass, and the quiet hum of bees, it offers a moment of pause. A place to sit after planting, to sip tea, to watch a breeze dance through the petals. And more than its beauty is its purpose. It gives use to what was discarded. Tires, symbols of motion, now become the foundation of stillness. Wood, once tree, then board, finds one last role in holding space for reflection. What's lovely about this idea is its ease. A couple of tires, a few strong wooden planks, maybe a brush of paint or carving if you wish. The rest is setting and intention. Place it by the garden. Nestle it under a tree. Surround it with marigolds, daisies, or nothing at all. Let the world soften around it. And know that with your hands and a bit of imagination, you've built more than a bench. You've built a resting place for dreams. Boho rope ottoman from tires. In a sun-drenched corner of the patio, between woven chairs and the scent of lavender, rests a humble masterpiece. Not crafted by machines, nor polished for showroom floors, but by hand, with patience and soul. It begins with an old tire, perhaps once forgotten in the shadow of a garage. Wrapped carefully, layer by layer, in thick natural rope, it transforms into something more, a soft, grounded presence. A seat, a table, a quiet companion to books and tea. Each spiral of rope speaks of care. Some ottomans wear darker hues, deep mocha and burnt umber. Others are wrapped in creamy beige, like sand warmed by the sun. Topped with smooth wooden lids or plush cushions, they hold both function and elegance in equal measure. They settle perfectly into their space, beside clay pots brimming with lavender, next to wicker chairs that creak softly when you lean back. Sunlight filters in gently, casting round shadows on woven rugs. The air feels still, almost sacred. There's something beautiful about making rest from what once carried motion. Tires, meant for roads, now invite you to pause. Rope, once rough and strong, now curves in calm. The contrast is poetic, the harmony serene. And the best part? You can make it too. With little more than a recycled tire, rope, glue, and heart, you can craft your own boho ottoman. One that carries stories, not just of upcycling, but of choosing warmth over waste. So as you sit, perhaps barefoot and book in hand, may you feel it. That peace, like beauty, can be made. And sometimes, all it takes is a rope and an old tire. Thanks for watching. If any of these tire transformations sparked your imagination, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more backyard magic. Which idea was your favorite? Let us know in the comments, we read every one. Until next time, keep upcycling, keep creating, and remember, even the most ordinary things can build something extraordinary.